All right. Number 22, City Council meeting calendar for 2020.
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. So every year about this time, staff reviews the calendar for 2020 to look for any conflicts that may come up, and it allows council and staff to plan their next year to see if there's, for vacations or time off or business trips or anything that the council needs to be taking. And so this year, that's kind of small, but there were remarkably few conflicts. And so City Hall will be closed per City Council action the week between Christmas and New Year's, and that's the week that staff usually works on the agenda and makes the staff reports ready. So we do recommend to cancel, this is fun, so I like that. Cancel the January 7th, and then the August 4th meeting also is usually reserved for the National Night Out events, which is a popular event. So even though there's no council meeting, council is still really engaged in the community. So July 7th this year, oops, wrong button, doesn't have any conflicts on it, but council does, and it's not a recommendation to do that, but council does have an option to do that, to schedule if, vacations and stuff like that, if anybody is interested in doing that. So the other thing that I want to make note of is that the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month can be reserved if council would like to make a motion to reserve that for special meetings. And that way you can plan your time better, and it's not the back and forth that's especially been going on the last couple months regarding scheduling special meetings. And so it doesn't mean that we'll be having one, and it's usually some months there might be two, some months there probably isn't going to be any, but that way staff can schedule their time as well. So at this time, I am recommending to council the January 7th and August 4th, 2020 regular council meetings, and provide for special workshops to be reserved for the second, mistype, and fourth Tuesdays as needed.
All right, so we recommend we reserve second and fourth, but we could always have special.
You can have them anytime you want.
Whenever we want, but we're just going to set the placeholder.
If you're expecting one, if you're going to have a special meeting, then, you could go back and that on April 14th, that's available for a special meeting. And so that you don't need to, if you could kind of keep it available, then it's easier for council and staff to try and find a meeting time.
We've had several, I think this year has been a world record for the amount of the meetings. So I think that's probably a good idea for a placeholder. We still maintain the flexibility to adjust if necessary, but just kind of mentally have a bookmark there.
Through the mayor, may I add, what is the potential interference conflict, scheduling conflict with the county's use of our facility?
So tonight was an example of that, because they don't usually have meetings this month. I guess they're switched their meeting times, but per our, when we negotiated the contract, we did let them know that we like to reserve it for then. So it's not, they don't intend to have meetings much past 5 o'clock. Tonight was an exception, but it's always something to work with, and it is something they're aware of. And I did talk with Steve Smith, the CAO, about it earlier this year regarding something that council likes to do.
So then it would be your opinion that if we went and blocked out the second and the fourth, we're not going to interfere with the existing agreement with the county?
Right.
Okay.
And, special meetings are noticed in advance. And, we'd always check with them to see if there was any conflict with them with those meetings, if they expected one of their meetings to be lasting a lot longer.
Thank you.
All right. Any public comment on that? All right. What's the pleasure?
You, the mayor.
Yes.
Make staff's recommendation to cancel the January 7th and the August 4th, 2020 regular council meetings, provide for special workshops to be scheduled as listed in this report.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? None. Thank you very much, Terrell.